is beautiful out. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a green juice without having a juicer. I'm actually right outside my apartment instead of on my balcony because the lighting's beautiful out, but there's some people doing some work in the back, so it's too loud. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to make a green juice without having a juicer because one, juices are expensive, and two, my mom has one and I use it for a bit, but they're really a hassle to clean. This way we're going to use a nut milk bag and it's going to be very easy. So let's go make it. So to make this juice, and I'm just making it for me, so it's going to be pretty small. I know some people make like really large juices for themselves, but I don't like to do that. So keep in mind, if you want this to be bigger, you can always add more of these ingredients. But yeah, to make this juice, we just need some celery, then some apples, just to give it kind of like some sweetness. And these are pretty small apples. I have kind of bigger hands, so I don't know like a good gauge, but they're pretty small. And as you see, this one has a bruise, but this is a great way to use your bruised fruit because you're going to juice everything. So I know like sometimes if an apple is bruised and you bite into it, it's soft and kind of like not pleasant. But if you're going to juice it, like it really doesn't matter. So I picked out this bruised one. So I have 2 little baby apples. Then I have a Persian cucumber, a small lemon. Again, it's small compared to my hand. And then I have like a little knob of ginger, and for the ginger, it's just going to be up to your taste, because if you like more ginger, add more. If you don't like as much, add less, and the ginger is optional. The lemon, I guess, is optional as well, but I would recommend it. It's going to be great for your digestion, and also it's going to make the veggie seem a little sweeter. And since we are using a blender instead of a juicer, I wouldn't recommend using any like leafy greens. You could, but you're just not going to be able to get that much juice out of it. Alright, so we're just going to cut everything up a little smaller since again it's going into a blender, add some water, and then strain it through the nut bag. Quick tip, if you have a lemon and you want to get more juice out of it, just give it a roll. You can also pop it in the microwave for about 5 to 10 seconds and that just loosens it up. Alright, now I'm just going to blend everything up. Again, first, this is how much lemon juice I got out of that small lemon. It is about 5 teaspoons or a little bit under 2 tablespoons. Also, if you don't have a high-speed blender, I would not recommend this. You don't need a Vitamix or anything. I don't have a Vitamix. It is very expensive. And the blender I have, which I would really highly recommend, is called a Clean Blend. I don't know what's up with me. And it actually has a higher horsepower than a lot of the like older versions of the Vitamix. The newer version of the Vitamix, I believe, has a higher horsepower, but I actually was planning on buying an older Vitamix because Amazon had a super good deal on it around Christmas time, and then I saw this one. I was like, wow, it's a higher horsepower and cheaper, so I'm gonna get it, and it's been great so far. Again, it's called a Clean Blend, and maybe I'll leave like a link to it on Amazon in the description below. I'm not getting anything for like saying they're great. I just honestly really like it. All right. And here is our juice. If you wanted, you could drink it like this. It's going to be probably not a pleasant texture, and that's why I'm going to strain it through my nut bag. And then I probably added, I would say like about 3/4 cup to a cup of water, maybe a little bit less or maybe a little bit more, but you pretty much just want to add enough water so it'll blend and you don't break your blender, because don't break your blender. I don't want to be responsible for that. Okay, so once we're done squeezing the juice through the nut bag, this is what we're left with. And this is also another reason I don't really like juicing all that often, is because smoothies are often better because you're getting the whole fruit or vegetable, you're getting all that fiber. Juicing loses a lot of the fiber. But I actually think using a nut milk bag, because when I use my mom's juicer, so much more of, I don't know why I just unfocused. All right, so much more of the fruit and vegetable, like fiber stuff, was left over. So I almost feel like maybe I'm getting more fiber this way. I'm not sure. I don't know a lot about juicing, so I'm not sure. But yeah, and then also it's kind of wasteful because I don't know what to do with all this. If you guys have a good idea, so I might just throw this away, which is sad. Sad face for waste. Okay, so I realized I talked a lot about why I don't like juicing, so I did want to just talk a little bit about why I do. Here is the juice. It is a beautiful color. It's obviously a little bit more liquidy because I added some water to help it blend, but look how beautiful. Beautiful. Someone could write a song about this color. It's nice. So yeah, I like to juice when I feel like I didn't get enough micronutrients, which are just like your vitamins and minerals. I feel like macros is a really big thing, especially like nowadays. I think it's like kind of trendy. I do track my macros just to kind of see how like my body does on certain breakdowns. I'm not like super, like if I say I want to do like a 40-30-30, I'm not just like super exact. I'll track for a bit to try and get in that range, like maybe like 42-28, like 30, something like that, in that range, just to kind of see how my body's doing. And I'll track for like a week or two so I know kind of like what portions and what I need to be eating to get to that, and then I'll stop tracking. And that's just me. I know that if I track for too long, I start to get obsessive, and it's just not good for me. But if you can track and not get obsessive, like do you. But yeah, so I like to juice when I feel like, this is weird that you can just see the top. When I feel like I haven't gotten enough vitamins and minerals, because juicing is a great way to get a lot of veggies and fruits in a small quantity. Like I wouldn't be able to sit down and just eat 2 apples, 3 stalks of celery, a cucumber, and I definitely wouldn't be able to eat that big of a knob of ginger. So yeah, juicing's great for that. Like if you didn't eat a lot of veggies or fruits, or you're not good at eating veggies and fruits, like maybe look into juicing. I know people think it's really expensive, and it kind of is, like if you juice in huge quantities, but obviously like this turned out with like a fair amount of juice, and I think it's a fair amount for just one person. Unless you're doing like a juice cleanse and just juicing for all your meals, it's not going to be that expensive. Like I used 2 apples, 3 celery stalks, and a Persian cucumber. Like max I was maybe like 150, including the ginger and the lemon, because they're just all like very cheap ingredients. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm just gonna end the video here because I've realized that like I think people like aren't very into long videos. I think everyone just kind of wants to get to the point and then get out of it, so I try to keep my videos a little shorter. But yeah, I hope you guys like this new way to juice without a juicer. And also, even if you do have a juicer, sometimes just cleaning it up is a pain. So invest in a nut milk bag, and you can use a nut milk bag to also make almond milk yourself, so it is useful. And if you use the nut milk bag for green juices, or like if you use it for a beet to make some beet juice, it is going to dye it green or red for the beets. But if you want to get rid of that color, just wash it immediately or soak it in some vinegar and baking soda, but make sure to like wash it very well after, because you don't want everything tasting like vinegar after. Or you can just buy two nut milk bags. Every time I try to say nut milk bag, I want to say mutt milk bag. I don't know. I just get the N's and the M's. But yeah, maybe buy 2 because they're pretty cheap. I think mine was like $5.99, like something very reasonable, and it is reusable. Alright, so that's it. I'm actually going to end it. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more recipes and vlogs. Mm-hmm.